Now we do have one humanity, so I'll give this a try. Oh, I had the talisman equipped. Yeah, so it does quite a lot. I've never done this, but here's another way you can deal with a boar. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to the Universal Build walkthrough. A guide for setting up either a multi-class build or just a foundation for pretty much any build. I got Gravelorded? Wait, no, I couldn't... Wait. What? I'm not gonna do that. I think that shouldn't affect anything here unless it's New Game Plus. Yeah, I've never been Gravelorded before, but I think it must be someone connected to this world. Has been... I'm assuming that's how it works. I don't really have the energy for doing PvP. Oh yeah, if an enemy... Another thing, if you turtle a lot, and some of the enemies will either shield bash you or kick you, which depletes your stamina. But yeah, like... Yeah. But yeah, I kind of gotten used to not using a shield now that Now, if you want to fight the Black Knights, you might want to wait until you... Okay, so I'm guessing these bloodstains they died to him. So if you want to fight him, you should wait until you have item discovery. There's a ring later that we'll get. They'll boost item discovery. Because if you want to get the weapons, you want to raise your... They have a random chance of dropping. Now we do have one humanity, so I'll give this a try, and I'll be honest, especially since I don't have parry bound to anything, I'm probably gonna just backstab fish. But yeah, parrying is probably the best way to deal with these guys. If you're either parrying or firebombs, but I don't want to waste my firebombs unless I... Yeah, so these guys are tougher to backstab because they do have tracking. Yeah, people... I'm getting hit because yeah, see, he did that shield bash, which they're kind of scripted to do. Yeah. You can see why I don't know if the guard break... I don't even know if the guard break will work. Okay, that takes a long time. Okay, I thought I had the backstab angle, but I was... Yeah, he did the shield bash again. Yeah, so we didn't... The chunk you get no matter what. There's other ones we can kill later It's not a big deal. I just did that because I thought it'd be fun to fight. Oh, right, this guy. And if you have the master key, you can go down, fight this guy, which we'll be doing later. Parrying and backstabbing are both good strategies of dealing with him. Yeah, so this is a crystal lizard. If he runs away from you, what you can do is quit the game and reload your save and you'll get it back. Oh yeah, if you tap the run button, you slide down. Now in Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, you have to hold down the run button. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to 30 FPS here because it's gonna be easier to do the drop attack. I think the default is backspace if you're using DS Fix. Oh. Oh, I had the talisman equipped. Okay. Well, so you can actually... He looks like a big bot. Okay, that actually did break my guard. But... yeah, so it did do a little bit of damage. If you lose all your stamina, it breaks your guard. And even if you have a 100% physical shield, it... okay. Yeah, so it does quite a lot. But I do want to... So that attack didn't break my guard. It was just the jumping attack. But yeah, if you're gonna rely on shields, you're gonna want well, there's three things. One, you want endurance up so you won't get your guard broken. Another is you want... yes. So you want higher endurance, higher strength, so you can use better shields. 16 strength is a good number. Early game, 12 strength is all you'll need. Won't be until Blighttown that we get a better shield, or a shield that requires more than 12 strength, so it's gonna be several bosses. So if you have magic or pyromancer, you can of course use that. You can also use fire bombs, which I'm trying to... yeah, it does quite a bit of damage, but... so yeah, so it looks like if I'm close up, that attacks break the guard, or the overhead at least breaks the guard. But these attacks won't break the guard. If you have a worse shield or lower stamina, you might. Yeah, but those attacks are breaking guard. But yeah, I want to try and use melee as much as possible, just because, like I said, I want to show... in case someone doesn't want to do magic, I did want to show alternatives. Okay, I thought I could finish him off there, but I'd say that was calculated greed, because I probably would have killed him in one hit. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna just bone out. Okay, what do we want? So we're going for the lightning spears right away. Partially because I've never used, I won't say never, but I haven't really used lightning spears early game. So I'm curious about that. Plus I want to just show people who do want to do a faith build. Now you actually only need 20 to join this covenant if you've done co-op. So if you've, but I don't, even, I guess I am online now, but we're gonna have to get faith up to 30 at some point anyway. But let's not blow it all on. Oh yeah, I forgot if so these enemies, I was saying they drop their armor. The one you want is the Hollow Soldier. It has a little bit better stance, or stats, I mean, compared to the Hollow Warrior. It's a good early game set with a lot of poise. So if you want that instead of chainmail, yeah. And like I said, Pyromancer, farming here is going to be a lot easier because you can just do that. Now the repair box, you actually, unless you spend a lot of time farming here and your weapons and armor start to break, you really don't, you can buy the armor box elsewhere for cheaper, or the repair box, I mean, but alright, so this is, a lot of people love this guy, I like him.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly.
So he's going to help us get sunlight medals without having to do any co-op. So here you just want to run. I'm pretty sure that's all I need to do. Okay, you still get hit. Oh yeah, and this is a good farming spot, which I'll show in a second. Now one of the downsides to this farming spot compared to the first one is you won't get to loot the items. Whereas if you farm down here, like the Hollow Soldiers, they drop Titanite shards, so that's one advantage. And it's also probably more interesting than climbing up the ladder, running up here, and then you just basically run down. Alright, so if you do want to do if you're doing a faith build, this is pretty important. I don't remember exactly where, you just stand here. I don't think I'm going to get his tail weapon, but okay, yeah, I think there might be a way to do it, but there's probably also some RNG. Well, at least we'll be getting more souls, assuming we can recapture our souls. Alright, so hopefully this time he won't do the crazy jump. Alright, so if you want the Claymore, you can go out and get it. People like the one-handed moveset, which, if you have 16 strength, you will be able to use it one-handed. The reason why people like it is it has both a thrust and a slashing attack. I don't know if I'm going to use it. It shouldn't be that hard to... So you initially need 25... Let's see what this says. Yeah, praise the sun. You need 25 faith, but each time you do co-op, and you kill a boss, the requirements go down by 5. So if you like doing co-op, you might want to do that right away if you want to. If you're doing a faith build to join, if you want to join right away, we're just gonna go for 20, 25 faith. Well, you know what? Might as well just wait. Who do I want? I want to kill the spear guy. Or we'll just kill all of them. Yeah, you kind of have to. You kind of have to get them like underneath the shield. Yeah, okay, the Hollow Souls armor. So we're gonna play more. In Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 1, I don't think we'll be able to actually see the moveset. See the actual moveset unless we see. Yeah, you do this weird thing. Oh right, I don't even have R2 bound to anything. All right, so we'll go back to this. So if you didn't do the, oh yeah, so as far as sliding down ladders, don't slide down this one if you're at 60 FPS. You'll like slide in. It's a really bad glitch. You don't want to do that, but that's about it. Alright, so there's some different strategies with dealing with the boar. If you had the master key, if we had gotten the master key, we could have just skipped the boar altogether. Now, if this is your first encounter, there's a way to skip it. You run this way, and you come over here. Yeah. Well, ideally, I wanted to get the key rather than to open the gate, but we should have. So what we want to do is open the gate now, and now it won't. Okay, we actually. I'm glad I saved the fire bombs for. Alright, so one thing you can do. Well, I'll just show the easiest. Assuming I don't get hit. So you can see this is doing very little damage. But... oh, okay, it has a kick. I didn't realize that. So you can actually... you should be able to backstab him. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Well, you'll have to take my word for it. You can backstab them. I think we are gonna have to deal with it because we need the mystery key. Unless you have the master key. If you have the master key, you won't need the mystery key. Or, I mean, you don't need the mystery key. You only need this if you want to do a faith build, because I'm showing how to get sunlight medals without doing co-op. I'm trying to do the kick, but it's kind of hard to do. Alright, we're just gonna kite this guy down here. No point in dealing with those archers. Yeah, so... yeah, they can use Estus. I'm sure most people already found that out, but... okay, so here's another... I've never done this, but... here's another way you can deal with a boar. You throw the alluring skulls, and... oh, well... it's supposed to go into the fire. Yeah. Oh no! I need to turn the volume up. Like I said, I have my air conditioner on now, and... alright, we picked up this. Okay, so... oh, okay, I thought I was getting hit. So saying the equip load, it shows whether you can fast roll. Are you... shit. Okay, so if you're under 25%, you fast roll, under 50% mid roll, and above that you fat roll, which you really, if you don't go in full tank, I mean you can do it, but your stamina will also regen slower and you'll move slower. And luckily in the newer games they actually give you the percentage so you don't do math in your head. Yeah, so, but like I said, I did that in my first playthrough, so... that really didn't last very long. Yeah, so... well, since we're over 25%, we might as well just put... so there is a slight difference in mid-roll and fast-roll if you're like at the upper end or the other. So like, these are both mid-rolls, but there's a slight... you still... it's still a little bit slower than the... so I'm just curious. Nah, it looks like we're just gonna do this. And I went back here just because might as well spend these souls. Yeah, so what I do is I save these for when I'm close to level. We're just gonna use this, kill this guy real quick. Oh, let me show what I was talking about earlier about... yeah, see, if you wield it, some weapons, maybe it doesn't work like if it's a dagger, but weapons like these and larger weapons, you just wield two-handed and you can break their guard. So there are a lot of ways to deal with these enemies. This is probably the quickest. Wait, where is that other guy? Is he pathing around? I'd really like to deal with him before we go down here. So if you have the master key or you're not doing a faith build, you really don't need to go around here unless you want like some extra... yeah, see, I knew he was gonna come get us. Well, if you want extra NPC dialogue, you should come down here, but aside from that, we're coming down here because we want to do the faith build and we don't have the master key. And in part 0, I explained why I decided not to. I mean, the main reason I'm not is just because some people have already started their game and don't want to start a new character just to choose the master key. But I also listed some reasons why other people recommend not choosing the master key, which I'm not gonna make a recommendation one way or the other. I don't... there's a lot of people in the Souls community that kind of dictate how others people play, which I tend to not like that. So I'm not going to do that, but and by the way, almost everyone who's played the game chooses Master Key every time in their second, third, subsequent character, so... I might have to tweak the settings on my stick. It seems a little bit too sensitive. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people know, anyone who's playing on PC, but Steam has, like, controller support now. You don't need an external program if you don't have an Xbox 60 controller. I also have a problem with my controller where the left stick sometimes gets stuck. Yeah, this is why I don't like player messages. That is helpful, but they also block items to a certain extent. So you thought it was a boss? Nope. Wait, is there a guy up? Did I aggro this guy? I think I'm hearing... The shield he's guarding, it's not that great. I can't tell if it's the tough version. The tough version is the one with the rapier and buckler. The other version of the Balder Knight is... I can't see. Yeah, so let's... Alright, so there's an ambush here. So there's an ambush here. Oh, okay. Alright, so these are the easy version. They also have a very good shield. Now you will be able to get this shield later in the game, but if you want a very good shield right away, you can farm these guys. And remember, it's just these guys, not the ones with the rapier and buckler. The ones with the rapier buckler, obviously, they drop rapier and bucklers. Now the weapon that knight drops is a very good weapon if you're doing a DEX build. The reason people like it is for two reasons. One is because it has both a slash and a thrust attack, which I was saying earlier is people often say are optimal. Okay. Did you say bonfire or blacksmith? Either one. Yeah, blacksmith ahead, bonfire. Let's just say tight spot. So my first playthrough, I didn't play blind, but it actually kind of screwed me up. I wanted better armor, and I hadn't found the undead merchant in Undeadburg that sells armor. But I knew there was a blacksmith here, so I tried rushing here, which actually took me several hours just because I wasn't very good at the game. And he doesn't sell armor. So the main thing he sells is shards. He also sells the repair box for cheaper, which will be useful. All of these are going to be useful. Longsword also has a slashing and thrusting. Battle axe is another good weapon. It's the other... If you're going with low strength and low dex, battle axe... In addition to reinforced club, those are the two weapons I'd recommend. I don't know if I'm gonna... I haven't decided yet whether I'm gonna upgrade both of them or what. Later on we'll have more shards. Reinforced club is fine. Plus the reinforced club is good for farming. Okay, so these shields, I think they're better than what we have. They require a little bit higher strength. Let's go ahead and buy those. Because I'm not gonna farm for the... I don't feel like farming for the... Yeah, so this shield still is pretty good. It's a little bit lighter. The heater shield's a little bit lighter, but it has almost as high stability. But, you know, I'm gonna check the time. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop it here. Thanks for watching. I'm sure a lot of people are happy guard break goes back to kick. What happens if I... What? I got a chime? Really? I have two cleric chimes.